On today's video, I want to talk about leverage trading on eToro. I'm going to explain exactly what it is, how it works with some examples, and we'll have a look at some of the fees and also the big risks associated with leverage trading. So let's get straight into it. Firstly, what is leverage trading? Trading with leverage basically means that you are borrowing money from, in this case, eToro, and using that borrowed money to open your trades. The amount that you can borrow from eToro will depend on how much capital that you put up front yourself, and also what type of instrument that you are investing in, whether it be a stock, an index, or Forex. The best way I can explain it is with an example. Let's say you have $1,500 in your eToro account at the moment, and you want to invest all of it in Tesla. As I'm making this video at the moment, Tesla shares are trading at around $738. So for your $1,500, you're going to get roughly 2 shares of Tesla. And that is how trading without leverage works. So as you can see here, as I go to execute a trade on eToro, the leverage is just normally set to 1x. But now let's say I change this to 2x. As you will see, now I'm able to buy 4 shares of Tesla with the exact same amount of capital of $1,500. But you will notice that my market exposure was 1500 when it was 1x, but now it has moved up to near 3k. Essentially, when you adjust this trade from going from 1x to 2x, you are borrowing that other $1,500 from eToro. Let's say I change my leverage again now and I move it up to 5x. In this case, this allows me to buy almost 10 shares of Tesla. And you will see my market exposure has now increased to 7,500 roughly. So in this case, when I have moved to 5x leverage, I'm actually borrowing $6,000 from eToro. When you start using leverage in your trading, this starts to multiply your gains and also multiplies your losses. Just so we are all on the same page, I'm going to use an example comparing both different scenarios of trading with and without leverage. So they both invest $1,500. Let's continue with our example from earlier on of buying Tesla shares. So the person trading without any leverage can buy close to 2 Tesla shares with their $1,500. But then if we compare this to the person who decides to trade with 5x leverage with their $1,500, they can borrow $6,000 from eToro, and that allows them to invest a total of $7,500, and that will get them almost 10 shares of Tesla. So now let's compare both different scenarios when the market goes up and down. So let's say the Tesla share price goes up 15%. In that case, the person with no leverage has made a profit of $225, so that is 15% of the $1,500. But as you will see, the person with 5x leverage makes 5 times the gains that the person with no leverage did. So they made $1,125, which was a 75% profit. So that 75% is calculated on the $1,500 that they actually invested. So I know they're investing with $7,500, but they only had to put up $1,500 themselves. So that equates to a 75% profit. But on the other hand, let's say the Tesla share price actually goes down 20%. In that situation, the person with no leverage has lost $300, and that is a loss obviously of 20% because they're trading with no leverage. But the person trading with 5x leverage in this case has actually lost $1,500. So they've lost everything that they have put into it when Tesla's share price has only gone down 20. Because 5 times 20 equals 100%, and they've lost everything. And for this reason, it is very risky for new investors to start trading with leverage. And the truth is, when newbies start trading with leverage, the majority of them start to lose money. As you'll see, probably plastered all over the eToro website, anybody who trades with CFDs, about 67% of people lose money. As I mentioned earlier in the video, the multiples of leverage that you can use will differ from different types of instruments between Forex or stocks or ETFs. Let's have a look at a few examples here. If I wanted to trade Google, for example, I can trade up as far as 5x. But then if you have a look at some of the common currency pairs like USD, Euro, you can trade up to 30x on this. For a common index like the S&P 500, I can just trade up to 2x. So it actually differs from market to market as well, depending on where you are in the world. It depends on the regulations where you are from. I know where I am from in Ireland, I don't think we can actually trade with leverage on cryptocurrencies anymore. If you are considering trading with leverage and are worried about running up huge losses if the market turns against you, then there are some things that you can do to try and limit those losses. When you open your position, you have the option of setting a stop loss as well, or you can also do it in any time after you open your position. So for example, you can set a stop loss at $200. If your losses reach that amount, your position will be closed. The risk is with a stop loss is that it won't be executed at exactly the amount that you want it to be. For example, there could be a huge price movement in a stock when the market is completely closed, and obviously the trades to close your position cannot be executed until the market opens again. So there is no 100% guarantee that it is going to work perfectly. You might be now thinking to yourself, imagine if you had no stop loss and the market crashed. Could your account possibly even go negative? It is possible for your account to go into the red, but eToro won't leave it go too far into a negative position. They have something called a negative balance protection policy. As part of this policy, they will margin call you if your leverage trades cause your overall account to go into a negative equity. This margin call effectively closes all of your open trades. What this policy effectively means is if your account goes, say, negative 20, what eToro will do will close all of your positions and they will actually reset your account to zero, and they will actually absorb that €20 loss. So you as a retail investor cannot lose any more than you have deposited towards your account. Next up, let's have a quick look at the fees around leverage trading. I won't go into a huge level of detail on this because there's quite a bit of complexity to it for all of the different types of instruments, but we'll have a look just at stocks. So the eToro fee for trading with leverage is 6.4%. You might be thinking to yourself that is quite huge, but that is 6.4% is over a year, so you need to divide that by 365. So that 6.4% applies if you are buying and selling within the same day, but if you are planning on opening a position and keeping it for a few days, you're going to pay an overnight rate as well for every night that you keep your position open. And that overnight rate is a LIBOR rate, so it's 1.99% here in their example. So they have some workings here now. Let's have a quick look at them. So this person bought 8 Apple shares when the price of Apple was $250 in their example. So as we can see here, he bought 250 by 8 multiplied by 0.0018. So that is the 6.4% I mentioned a while ago divided by 365, and that works out to $3.60. So he opened a position and closed it in the same day, and it cost him $3.60 in fees. In a situation where he had opened it on one day and decided to wait until the next day to actually close his trade, it would cost him $3.60 plus an overnight fee as well. So the overnight fee here is the 0.0199%, so that adds another 46 cents onto his fee. So his total fee in that situation is the $3.60 plus the 46 cents. If however he opened his position on a Friday, triple fees apply on stocks positions open on Fridays, so he'd have his $3.60 plus his overnight rate multiplied by 3, and that comes to his total fee then is $3.60 plus the $1.38, which is the overnight fee multiplied by 3. That is pretty much it for today's video. I hope everything made sense. If anybody has any questions on anything I've covered in this video, please let me know in the comment section. And also, if you are considering signing up for eToro, I'm sure most of you are already, but if you're new to eToro, then you can sign up with the link below in my description section, and it will actually support my channel as well. Apart from that, if anybody is new to the channel and wants to keep up to date with my latest videos, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button and hit that subscribe button as well.